Hi, I'm Achievement Coach Greg Kilgore, the graceful freedom fighter, champion for empowerment in life, love, and purpose. If you watched yesterday's launch video, then you likely have already experienced the sharing that I will be re-sharing again in today's broadcast. What's going to distinguish today's program from yesterday's program is that this second take, if you will, is a testament to my commitment that yesterday's performance fulfilled on my follow through to be sure that I was going to no longer put off what I had been procrastinating to achieve. And what I've been out to achieve is being able to share what I know to be great value and coaching that I am already giving to my clients for many years now, one-to-one and in group and team settings, and also over the phone, to be able to give it in a format that, although this format is new and kind of uncomfortable, the idea of communicating one way to you without necessarily being able to hear back from you right away is a new experience for me. So I am out to fulfill today on this next broadcast. Going to be the same message that it was yesterday, but to be able to do it in a way where I feel that I am actually bringing the ease and the grace to this conversation that I am a stand for as the freedom fighter. So, like most people, being in a new situation brings with it just some automatic reaction in the way of kind of self-consciousness, and I feel kind of exposed and revealed that I'm not always the perfect performer. I'm very experienced giving presentations and being in front of crowds of people, or presenting to executives and people to whom I've often been humbled to be able to coach and present to them. Yet in a new medium like this where I'm talking to you, I'm sure you've had this kind of experience. A situation, a scenario is a new place for you to be. You can feel kind of self-conscious and anxious about that. Well, I am here today to deal with all that. I want to acknowledge, I know through my coaching, training and learning, as well as my personal experience, bears out the fact that, we all deal with that small, lesser part of the brain, the mammal brain at the back of the head. And it, believe it or not, is always pumping and working and driving the ego, but also driving to take control of the better part of the brain, the best part of the brain that the human being has to offer is that frontal cortex that has evolved over time. However, too often when we're on autopilot and just being a reaction to our circumstances, our evolved, superpowered cerebral cortex ends up in service to the fear and the anxiety, that old fight or flight instinctive brain. So today, because I am the graceful freedom fighter, I am taking on that battle of wills of the mind. I am a champion for your empowerment to achieve an extraordinary life, as well as amazing love and relationships, and a very inspiring and extraordinary purpose. So first I want to start by acknowledging world-class athlete and inspiring author Dan Millman. Dan created a persona a few years ago. There was a movie about it, and then a book called The Peaceful Warrior. So I want to acknowledge Dan's Peaceful Warrior, and I want to also acknowledge Dragon Slayer Kirk McDowell, my personal coach and partner at the Challenge Call. These two personas are sources of inspiration for me to adopt the magic, the fun, and the freedom of my newly emerging self, the graceful freedom fighter. Today I am, again, going to be very authentic and self-aware. This isn't going to just be a coaching, but there will be some coaching in just a moment. But I want to be honest. I want to come to you from a place of really revealing that I'm overcoming my own fear, my own worry about, how do I look on camera? How do I sound? Am I going to come off perfect? Are you going to get what I want you to get out of this conversation? I'm taking on a new approach to being connected to the world, and especially to you, my friends here on Facebook, and ultimately on YouTube and on LinkedIn. So the coaching begins here. Why I'm here, what I want to make sure that you don't leave here today without is I am inviting you first, foremost, and often to love yourself with the gift of compassion. First yourself, and then others. One of the reasons this conversation right now is timely is I just got off the phone with a coaching client. And it's amazing that the video yesterday, which was the first run at this, and now this conversation I'm bringing back to you today, I want to get it as right as I can, because it is. There are maybe two coaching conversations throughout my 20-year career that are always the heart of the matter, again and again and again. And it is the coaching for compassion, and the other is for being present in the present moment. Today, I want to start with and give you compassion. And today, I'm going to start, again, I'm going to be very revealing about myself. I am going to be compassionate and forgiving to myself for what may go wrong or right or otherwise while I take this leap of faith and I do this first launch conversation with you. I'm taking a leap of faith that when I use this video method through Facebook or elsewhere to share myself and my ideas and my dreams for being your graceful freedom fighter, that it's all good. It's all good. I am the graceful freedom fighter for my coaching clients, for my partner coaches, for aspiring coaches, and for all of us aspiring to live as much desired life as we can in this lifetime. So today's battle cry from the graceful freedom fighter is out to start by addressing this question: from where does your anxiety and your stress arise? Now, to point to that question the way I really want you to hear it, I'm asking you not to dwell today on what external sources you may see or think are causing your stress and your anxiety, those sources outside of you. If you want, we can address those directly together. You could give me a call. I'll share my phone number at the end of this conversation. But rather today, I would like you to focus on what is missing. That if only you would embrace it, if only you would find a way to feel it, your blood pressure, your heart rate, your anxiety, your stress would be handled's not the right word, controlled's not the right word, your anxiety and your stress would be lessened. So when your blood pressure and your heart rate are up, and then you have that flash of insight when you become aware that you are feeling stress and anxiousness, please know that at the core of that stress are expectations. Your expectations for perfection, to be right, to have the future turn out somehow perfect, that is your instinct-driven animal brain generating fear that things just aren't going to go right. Most of the time, these expectations are you pressuring yourself about an idealized societal set of norms that most of us have allowed to become our programming. We have ended up programmed to expect the extreme and to judge ourselves for not living up to those extremes. We allow ourselves to worry this way so often of the time that most of the time our expectations of ourselves are practically unconscious. And they're running like endless software program in our brain when our conscious minds are running on autopilot. Sometimes our expectations are of others, but most of the time your expectations are about yourself. So in the face of stress, anxiety, and expectations, take it from the graceful freedom fighter that I'm going to shout to you with a whisper, first, foremost, and often, let yourself off the hook. You can handle whatever happens. Matter of fact, you already always have. Be sure, first, foremost, and often, to show yourself compassion. And do it now. Do it now. We could talk a lot, if you want, more about, dealing with expectations and, again, all the external triggers and sources for stress and anxiety. But if you want to have stronger, richer, deeper relationships with others, if you want a clear and focused view to achieve your goals, if you want the courage to try and to accomplish anything, and ultimately, if you want peace of mind and freedom to achieve all the freedom that you want in your lifestyle, in your love, in your career, then give compassion to you. Give yourself a break. Slow down. Breathe. Give yourself a reprieve from having to be, as one of my favorite wise pop singers likes to say, give yourself a break from having to be effing perfect. What's more, the degree to which you are as compassionate as you can be to yourself is the degree to which you will be compassionate and gracious with others. I'll share a personal share for just a moment. Over the years, I've been blessed with many unique business opportunities, and some of them have been working side by side with some really heavy hitters and just powerful people. And we all, and when I get excited, or I'm in presentation mode, or I'm in let's knock it out of the park mode, I get amped up, right? And so then we're all getting amped up, and then we all feel like everything needs to happen now, and kind of your patience goes away, and your impatience rises, and blood pressure's up, and heart rate's up, and we're always now, more, and we're winning the game, and we're actually all kind of high on that. And I find that when I'm that hard on myself, kind of not meaning to be, but now I'm constantly prodding myself for more, faster. I'll go to a restaurant, I'll go to the grocery market, I will deal with customer support person on the phone, and I won't have any patience for them. I will treat another human being like they're taking too much of my time. They didn't bring me my order fast enough. They don't speak my language clearly and succinctly enough, and so they're taking too much of my time to get my problem handled. And at any rate, when I put stress on myself, simply put, I put stress on everybody else. When I am not compassionate, not taking good care of myself, my instinct is to take it out on everybody else. And we see this all over the place. Everybody does that, right? So, but I wanted you to know I'm a human being, and when I don't practice what I know to be true, when I don't practice grace and ease for me as my standards, as my values, certainly nobody else is going to get it from me. Now, I want to remind you that you don't need to prove that you're perfect. You can have all the freedom and all the joy you want just by being you. Uh, Whether you realize it or not, and whether you be expecting it or not, I actually love you. I love you. I appreciate you for all of which you are capable of achieving. Please remember that you are accepted by those that do love you. Please remember to accept you yourself. Accept you for all of your flaws, for your unique beauty, and please accept yourself for all that is just what is about you. If you want a partner to support your practice, dealing with the challenges of stress and anxiety in your daily living or in your relationships or your work life, there is a lot around the practice of compassion that we can talk about and that we can practice together. Uh, I would love to help you. I am here. My purpose is being here as your partner. And if you're ready to be bold with ease and grace, I'm available by phone at 407-796-8362. Or online, we can connect at 360achieve.com. That's 360achieve.com, which is the website for 360-degree achievement coaching. One last great thing I'd like to share before I sign off today. Like compassion, another powerful, energetic force for graceful change is gratitude. I practice being grateful every day, and it brings an amazing energy, if not a ripple effect back and forth between me and the world in the way of miracles. It truly does. So my grateful tributes today go out to my leadership partner at the challenge call and my personal coach, the Dragon Slayer, Kirk McDowell. And also to our new operations leader on the leadership team at the challenge call, Deborah Shore. I want to thank Kirk for bringing Deborah to us, and I want to thank Kirk and Deborah for their coaching, for being a source of miracles and extraordinary change in my life. I want to thank Deborah in particular for encouraging me and sparking me and inspiring me to go ahead and get online and share the coaching through this medium that is new to me. And in other words, hey coach, why don't you take some of your own advice and stop procrastinating? I also want to thank both Kirk and Deborah for your bright energy, your bright, brave, and bold empowerment and light in my life. As well, this being my first such broadcast, I also I must thank today my personal coach from more than 10 years ago, who, like an angel, supported and guided me through one of the most trying and cloudy times of my life. I was on the verge of a divorce and on the verge of a whole new world after having been married for about 8 years. And so without this angel in my life, I may never have realized myself as an achievement coach per se, or as the graceful freedom fighter that I am today. I'm grateful for the coaching, the spiritual guidance, and the wisdom of Coach April Dodd. Thank you, April. Well, thank you for being with me today. I am your friendly neighborhood achievement coach, Greg Kilgore. You can search Achievement Coach Greg on Google and you will find me. You can also, again, find me and connect with me at 360achieve.com. As the achievement coach, Greg Kilgore, I am also the graceful freedom fighter. I am a champion for your empowerment to achieve your envisioned lifestyle, fulfilling relationships, and your calling to purpose. We sign off today with this battle cry shouted as a whisper. Compassion changes everything. Start with you. Then you'll find yourself sharing compassion with others with ease and with grace. And we will all be fighting together for everyone's freedom.